various parts of the language, various elements of the language in form of structures be presented to students separately. Okay, step by step. Okay, and this learning or this acquisition is actually a process of gradual accumulation. Okay, first you teach tenses, then you teach passive voice, then you teach direct, indirect, then you teach parts of speech, then you teach conditional sentences, and so many other things. And later, in third grade, fourth grade, there is an accumulation of all these different elements of a language, which results into the acquisition or learning of second language. That is a synthetic language teaching. Synthetic actually refers to the collecting, putting together. Okay. What are the major characteristics of structural syllabus? The major characteristics of the structural syllabus are as follows. Theoretical basis. What is actually the theoretical basis of structural syllabus? The underlying assumptions or beliefs behind the structural syllabus are that language is a system which consists of a set of grammatical rules. Learning language means learning these rules and then applying them to practical language use. This is the basic assumption of structural syllabus designers. Structural syllabus designers believe that language is actually a system. It means that language has structure, and if somebody learns this structure, it means he has learned the language. That is the basic theoretical assumption. Okay. Assumption number 2. The syllabus input is selected and graded according to grammatical notions of simplicity and complexity. It believes that students should move from simpler to more complex structures or items of the language, and in this way they learn language. These syllabuses or these syllabi introduce one item at a time and require mastery of that item before moving on to the next. Okay, this type of syllabus maintains that it is easier for students to learn a language if they are exposed to one part of the grammatical system at a time. Okay, this is this this the sorry. Okay, the idea is that structural syllabus designers, they believe that students be presented at a single with a single item at one time. Okay, like just tenses, just passive voice, just direct, indirect, just parts of speech, like that. Not that student is given a chunk of language that has semantics feature, that has phonetics feature, and that has syntactic feature, and so many other things. No. Okay, this is not the idea. They believe that only one aspect, only one feature of the language should be focused. Okay, so when student learn that very feature, then student be taught another feature, then student be taught another feature, then student be taught another feature, and slowly and gradually there will be an accumulation of the features of language, which will result into the acquisition of language. Okay, now what forms the content of syllabus of structural syllabus? The content of the syllabus is determined by giving top priority to teaching the grammar or structure of the target language. It's quite easy. The structural syllabus generally consists of two important components: a list of linguistic structures, that is the grammar to be taught, meaning the whole grammar of the language, meaning the system of the language, and a list of words, that is the lexicon to be taught, vocabulary. Okay, how do actually we sequence and grade different uh, lessons in structural syllabus? Very often, the items on each list are arranged in order, showing which are to be taught in the first course, which in the second, and so on. The criteria for sequencing are various, meaning that there are different criteria for sequencing um, elements, and this is what we have studied earlier in syllabus designing. The teacher regards the item from the point of view of levels or stages. Like the teacher might look to the level of the student, okay, to the age of the student, to the proficiency of the student. He might also pay attention to whether or not the item he is presenting abstract or material, meaning concrete. Okay, he might also look to the level of complexity of the material he is going to present. He might also pay attention to what the student already know about the structure that he is going to present. Okay, so all